Ever find yourself in a situation where you almost gave into smoking? Or maybe you did. What if I told you that a single cigarette doesn't derail all of your progress? In this video, I'll talk about how to handle high-risk situations and how to bounce back stronger than ever. Quitting smoking can be tough, especially when life throws high-risk situations at you. But in the same way that a single piece of chocolate doesn't derail somebody's entire diet, or shouldn't anyway, a single cigarette doesn't ruin all of your hard work. So if a high risk situation gets you to accidentally slip up and smoke, just think about this. It is just a blip, okay? It's just a slip up. It doesn't have to derail everything. What you can do instead is learn from that situation. You can realize what situation triggered the smoking. Maybe it was a unexpected, incredibly high stress situation, or maybe it was a night out with alcohol involved, or maybe it was something else entirely. If you slip up, just go back and think about what it is that actually led to the slip up. After you've identified this, what you can do is start to plan accordingly. Let's say that you were having a night out, and a couple drinks later, you find yourself having a cigarette. And the next day, what you can do is realize that, this specific situation did lead to a small relapse, a small slip up, and you can start to plan accordingly. Now, how might you plan for that? One of the ways is to, have a plan in place. So a plan could be, practicing specific coping skills, practicing techniques like other techniques on this channel to, be able to handle the craving when it comes up. Another method could be to, just go, specifically set a conscious intention before you go out that you will not have a cigarette, right? So if you slipped up and, during that time you slipped up, you just sort of went into the situation and just expected that you wouldn't have a cigarette, then, and you accidentally slip up as a result, then the next time you go out with friends, set a firm intention that you're not going to smoke any cigarettes, no matter what. And even something as simple as setting an intention can be a powerful thing because you go into the situation with the intention that you're not going to smoke. Now, this is a lot more, this allows you to bring in a lot more mental resources to help you or prevent you from smoking. Now, what this does is this, again, it prepares you to and sort of trains you to be able to do something like drink alcohol without needing a cigarette. And this is very important because if you sort of don't think about it and you just enter a situation without the plan to not smoke, then you're setting yourself up for a situation where it's much more likely that you will smoke. So when you do have a plan, having coping skills in place, having the intention of not smoking, then you can actually do things like enjoy having alcohol without needing a cigarette. So just remember that if, we're using that as an example, but there's other situations that might come up for you. But the idea is that a slip up is just that. It's just a blip, right? It's just a slip up. It's not a complete failure, right? If you have a cigarette, that does not mean you're a full-blown smoker again. So just remember that, think about what happened, and you can start to use that as a way of planning accordingly for similar situations in the future. By learning to handle these high-risk situations, you are staying much more in control and you are much more likely to stay smoke-free long term because life happens. High-risk situations will come up, and it's how you handle these high-risk situations, and even if you slip up, how you can start to learn from those mistakes. I think that's the key point here. These slip ups they're not failures, they're mistakes that you can learn from and start to plan accordingly. So if this is a useful piece of video for you, this is useful content on your quit smoking journey, hit subscribe because I'll be releasing more content like this every single day, and I will see you next time.